Hi, everybody, and welcome to the Free Space Podcast, where we'll be keeping it sassy and straight with Black Butterfly. Here at Free Space, we are geared towards no judgment and discussing topics such as mental health, sexuality, self awareness, and other related topics. Feel free to support this podcast with a small donation to help sustain future episodes. Please don't be afraid to reach out to someone you trust or a professional if you experience any mental triggers. Listening discretion is advised. Hey, and welcome back, my beautiful butterflies. I hope you miss me because I missed y'all too. Alright, so on this episode, we finna just get right into it. Because I got the best inspiration for this episode, so I hope you're ready because I'm ready because we finna get some juicy. We finna get some tea. So go grab your tea, go grab your popcorn, go grab your snacks, whatever you like to eat. Some peanuts, something. Go get you something to snack on, cause I'm finna spill some tea and it's gonna be juicy, and we finna just get right into it, okay? So this topic that we're going to be discovering and exploring is loyalty. We finna get to that loyalty because baby girl, loyalty. We finna just go. We finna get into it, and the level of loyalty we finna get into is a loyalty in relationships, because like the famous song say, these hoes ain't loyal because they ain't, for real. Anyways, all right, so let's just get a little backdrop real quick. Let's rewind. Let's get the definition of loyalty real quick. Let's just do that. Let's get some, I gotta do my little educational little tidbit. And then, we just jump right into it. I get my little experience and blase. Right? All right. So, the definition of loyalty is a strong feeling of support, a devotion and faithfulness to a nation, a cause, a philosophy, or even a person. Right? Okay. So now that we got the definition out the way, let's just do a little paraphrasing here, okay? So to me, loyalty, I absolutely agree with the standard definition of loyalty, absolutely, 100%. But to just, break it down a little, dumb it down for plain Jane people who, some people that don't know how to just read between the lines and understand stuff. Being loyal in my eyes is being loyal to that person, not doing things that you should not be doing, that will cause a problem, and just being not cool, not right, just being an ass. Let's just say that, just doing everything you shouldn't be doing, and then want to lie and be like, oh, I'm so loyal to you, bitch. No, you're not. But yeah, being loyal, like, to me, like, for real, let me be serious. Because honestly, like, for real, like, being loyal, in my eyes is honestly, like, for real, like, really being dedicated and being faithful, to that person that you're with, not stepping out and doing things you shouldn't be doing, like, really being there for that person, like, you down for that person. Like, if it came down to it, you will ride for that person, like, basically a ride or die. That's how I see loyalty, being that ride or die for that person. And hopefully that person is, reciprocating that same energy back to you. Just that simple, just that simple. Now, this is where we're gonna get some juicy. So I hope you got your snacks. I hope you got some water. I hope you got you some tea, energy drink, whatever next to you, because butterflies, we're gonna get into it, because I gotta tell y'all some tea on some false loyalty. That's That's what we're gonna call it, false loyalty. Because it's people in this world that really be giving false loyalty out here in these streets. And it's just like, bitch, I will come find you. I will come find you. You done confided in the wrong person. And you want to be false loyal to me? Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do it. Don't do it. But, yeah. So, I got quite a few areas of experiences of experiencing false loyalty. I'm gonna try my best to keep y'all guided, in each separate interaction. Let's see. But I will start with one that you know what? We just gonna backtrack real quick, cause I can really dig into relationships, but we gonna get there. So let me start with friendships. We gonna start right there, because loyalty lies in friendships too. Woo, loyalty lies in friendships too, and I value loyalty so much in a friendship that I know in myself that I give that loyalty back. But when that false loyalty comes about from that other person in that friendship, bitch, we got a problem. We got a serious problem. But they always say I'm the problem. So you know what? Let's start there. We're gonna go with friendships, then we're gonna build and go into relationships. Okay? So I hope you got your tea. Hope you got your snack. Waze, because I know I got my little snack with me, because my tea is juicy tea to me too. Like, it's just crazy. Like, you ever had tea that you was just like, bitch, let me tell you, this is gonna be this that moment right here that we're having. We having that, bitch, let me tell you, kind of text message moment. All right. So I had a friend. Let me see. She gonna have a real cute name. Let me see. What we gonna name him? Let me see. Okay, Shirley. We're just gonna call her Shirley. I don't know why, but we're just gonna call her Shirley. All right. And yes, I'm using fake names for the disclosure of the actual person. But all experiences are real. Just names are confidential. So that's what we're gonna do here. Safe space. All right. So me and Shirley, we were good friends. We were good friends. Honestly, best friends once upon a time, to be exact. Shirley. Let's see. Where can I start with Shirley? See, Shirley, she was a piece of work. I'll just say, when me and Shirley first met, we honestly didn't like each other, which was kind of weird because we ended up being best friends once upon a time. But when we first met, we didn't like each other. Like, I didn't really like how obnoxious she was and self-centered she was at times, or what have you. And to be quite honest, she didn't really like me because she thought I was just too nice. To be honest, she thought I was just too nice and too just bubbly, or what have you. Which, I don't know, over time we just end up becoming like best friends. Date check. This was back in high school. So just to clarify that, be transparent, it was back in high school for me. But anyway, so yeah, me and Shirley, we didn't like each other. But over time, I don't know, one day we ended up talking because of like a class assignment or whatever that was like in the class, and we had no choice but to say something to each other or whatever. So, and then we exchanged, at the time, was kick. That goes to show my age. So at the time it was kick, and we exchanged those, and then we just started like basically texting after school or whatever, blah blah blah. And that's how we realized we didn't like each other. Like, we expressed why we didn't like each other or whatever. But then over time, after we got to know each other, it was like me and Shirley, I don't know, we just became inseparable, literally inseparable. My niceness was her balance, and her boldness was my other half. Like, we balanced each other out. Like, she was my balance in a way, and I was her balance in a way. It's really weird. But yeah, like, for a little minute, you know, me and Shirley, we was, when I tell you tight, y'all, we was tight. Like, nobody couldn't tell me nothing. Like, I was like, that's my best friend, you know, like that, like, best friends. Like, we was tight, you guys. We was tight. You know, and it was always good to have that one person, you know, especially in high school, like back in 2012, it was great to have like that one person you could go to and talk to, because things were different back then, you know. If you know, you know. But yeah, Shirley, she was cool. She was real cool. Like, we had sleepovers. Like, when I tell you, we always hung out. Like, when you see her, you see me. You see me, you see her. That's how close our friendship was. And it was just, I don't know, the way the loyalty like slipped away, I just didn't see it coming, and it hurt. It really, really hurt. And the way that came about, you know, she got a boyfriend, and her boyfriend did not like me. Now that, I can't even tell you why this nigga ain't like me. But you wanna know something? I ain't like his ass either. And I had reasons though, because the nigga was hitting on my best friend, like physically hitting her. So I had every reason not to like his ass. I want to kill his ass. And he know that. But he had no reasons, valid reasons at that, of why he ain't like me. But anyway, so, you know. So she got a boyfriend, whatever. And at first, you know, I didn't care that she had a boyfriend. You know, in the beginning, everything was cool. Just like, you know, any other relationship. They was fine. You know, it was this aggressive behavior. I don't know where that came from with him. Y'all, I can't even tell y'all. But when it came about, and I seen it with my own two eyes, yeah, that's where I was just like, nigga, I don't like you. I don't fucking like you. I don't even like you with my best friend. Go find somebody else or something. Go do something with your life or whatever. And and two, nigga played basketball, so he just I don't know, athletes. Anyways, I can't say nothing because I was one, but that's besides the point. Back to Shirley. So Shirley got a boyfriend, and let me see, we gonna call him, let's see, Shirley and Michael. So Shirley got with Michael. Michael was cool a little bit, whatever, like beanstalk. But so when they got together, she, you know, asked me like, are you cool if I, you know, like sometimes we don't hang out, blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, you know, girl, that's fine. Like, I'm not gonna make you feel obligated, you know, to always hang out with me, you know, even though a little bit I would get sad like some weekends, because I was so used to hanging out with her. Like, when I tell y'all, we hung out like 24/7. We hung out 24/7. Like, any chance we had, we was together. Like, point blank period. No one, we was like inseparable. But, you know, I had told her with Michael, I was like, that's fine, you know, ain't no big deal, whatever. Like, it's not that deep or whatever. So so they got together and stuff like that. And it got to a point where Michael was like basically like talking about me to Shirley, and was like, oh, you know, she basically spreading rumors. He was starting to spread rumors or whatever, and was just telling Shirley like how he doesn't want her hanging around me and this, that, and the third, and blah blah blah. And it got to a point where he, I don't know, got insecure and thought I was gonna take Shirley, you know, from him. But I'm just like, nigga, if I wanted Shirley, nigga, I can have Shirley. You feel like anyways, that's y'all, the tea is forming. But we're finna go one segment at a time. So I'm sticking with friendships. But you know, I was like, Michael, In my head, I'm just like, nigga, if I wanted Shirley, I can have Shirley, but I'm gonna let you slide. So yeah, so he, has little insecurities, and I get that. There we go. He did not like me because he felt threatened by me. Little old me. He felt threatened by a female. So with that, it got to a point where, he told Shirley that she couldn't hang out with me no more, like, at all. Like, we couldn't even, like, talk at school. Like, if she saw me, at school and, like, changing classes or what have you, she couldn't say nothing to me. We couldn't sit together at lunch. Like, no interaction. Like, he did not want her talking to me or interacting with me at all. So, as you can see, it kind of got into, like, a controlling environment. As you could say, I guess, within the, I'll say, triad. It got very controlling within that. Shirley did not like it because she did express those emotions to me. And I told her, I don't want to cause any issues, with your relationship. So at a point, I did separate myself from Shirley because I did not want no problems in general. I'm not a confrontational person. I don't like arguing with people. I'm not that type. I really do try to be very humble and just let nature take its course with certain things. Some things I do stand my ground or what have you, but with that situation at that time and at that age, I did not want to go through anything like that, especially being 16. It was just too much. So at a point, I separated myself, from Shirley. So the way we did communicate at school was we did the typical of passing notes. That was literally the closest way we could talk to each other. And then the 2 classes that we had, we was lucky enough to at least sit next to each other and talk in class because he did not have those classes with us, which was absolutely great. Like, he had the classes, but he had them at different periods, so it was perfect. So that was the only way we, sneaked and talked at school. But other than that, like, he did not want us, like, communicating, like, at all. When I tell you at all, like, I couldn't even look or breathe her way at all. I couldn't even go to her locker at all. Like, it was really that deep, y'all. It was really that deep. And y'all probably thinking, oh, she doing false loyalty right there. Nope, I'm gonna stop y'all right there. That's not where the false loyalty came. It did not come at that moment. But what I'm gonna tell y'all now is where the false loyalty started to come into play. So time goes on, me and Shirley, we basically sneak talking at school or whatever, because I'm just like, I do miss my best friend. I didn't really talk to many people outside of school. Like, I did, but I didn't. But she was like that go-to person. Like, I would talk to her over anybody else at that time in terms of friendship. So that's what it was. So, and that's what we did. But time, goes on or what have you. And Shirley and Michael end up breaking up for whatever apparent reason. I think he cheated on her or something. And she found out, from other people. It wasn't from me because I did not know. And I ended up finding out, they ended up breaking up. She told me or what have you. And yeah, brain fart. But yeah, so they broke up, and from that breakup, we went back to how we were. We were hanging out more, like, we didn't have to sneak notes in the hallway no more. Like, we was able to go to each other's locker and talk and stuff. And he still did not like it, you guys. He still ain't like it. Michael was really still in his feelings. And it's just like, nigga, you cheated on her and you still mad that she talking to me? Like, what the fuck is your problem, dude? Like I said, if I wanted Shirley, I could have had Shirley. If I wanted Shirley. I'm just gonna leave it at that for right now. So yeah, because baby, anyway, the tea is coming. The tea coming. The juicy part coming, y'all. I got you. Just stick with me. But yeah, so Michael just stayed in his feelings. I'm just like, dude, get over yourself. Please get over yourself. So, like I said, me and Shirley, we started hanging out back more, what have you, blah blah blah. Another year passed. Just to give you guys a little time frame, at this point we're about junior year, right after Christmas break, so a little bit after January, junior year at high school at this point. And they're still not together. Shirley and Michael aren't together, but pep rally happens at school right before going on a spring break. Woohoo! The good days. Those were fun days. But yeah, if you remember your high school days or moments, send me a voice message of like, what was your high school life like? Tell me about your pep rallies. Like, what were your pep rallies like? If you went to school like back in, we'll go from 2018 on back. What were your pep rallies like? I want to know what like you guys were like, because for me, ours was very like uppity. Like we had I was part of student government, so like we had a lot of interactive stuff. We did games. Our band played, our dancerettes danced. I was dancerette. I also was on the step team, so like we were kind of like the hype of the school. We were kind of like the it people, so to speak. But just a little side note, tell me guys about like your pep rallies. What are your pep rallies like back then? And then for you guys, going forward, current present day, are you guys having pep rallies? Like, what is it like for you guys right now? I'm actually honestly like really curious to see like how times have changed since I was in high school, because I'm sure things have changed since then. But back on track to the story. So a pep rally happened at school, whatever, and it was actually, it was a pep rally, and somehow another, like Michael like came across Shirley like at the pep rally, like before it started or whatever, and like they were talking or anything. I didn't think nothing of it, because I'm like, you're a human being. Human beings can speak. I saw no issue. Like, I really didn't, because I'm like, for one, it's not my business. I'm not going to tell you who you can and cannot talk to, because that's not me. That's him, but not me. So that happened. And then I just kept watching them have this conversation. They were just like kikiing it up and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. Okay. So after the pep rally, it was the weekend. Most pep rallies are on a Friday. So after that particular pep rally, I went home with Shirley. She was like, you want to come with me this weekend? I said, sure. Mind you, I haven't been to her house in a little minute. So I was like, okay, we can hang out this weekend. So I asked my mom if it was okay. She was like, yeah, that's fine. Are you going to go to school from her house, or am I going to have to, come get you, blah, blah, blah. So I go to her house, and honestly, on the bus ride to her house, I was pretty quiet and distant from her. And she was just like, are you okay? You're not really talking to me. I'm just like, I'm good. I'm good. But I was just waiting till we got off the bus so I could like confront her about this, because I was just trying to understand and figure out what was going on. So once we get to her house, we get situated and stuff, and we eat, I'm like, can we talk? Because I got something I need to say, and it's not often I do that, so I need you to listen. So she was like, okay, what's going on? So I told her, how I saw her and Michael talking at the pep rally and stuff, And I kind of felt like she distanced herself from me, at the pep rally, and I felt some type of way, but I didn't like that or whatever. And she was trying to tell me, oh, that was nothing, we was just having a conversation, we was just talking and stuff, and he spoke to me or whatever. I'm just like, yeah, I get that, that's fine, but the way you were talking with him and all kiki and haha and stuff, I felt some type of way about that. And then you gave him your phone, so I'm just like, did you give him your number or something? And she was like, no, I didn't give him my number, but he did ask for like my kick again or whatever. Back then, like, kick was like pretty popular kind of thing for us. That was like our instant messenger. I don't know what it is now, but kick or kike or whatever was the ish back then. So she was like, yeah, I gave him my new kick or whatever. And I was like, oh, okay. So I'm like, y'all must be from the start back talking or whatever. And she was like, no, it's nothing like that. Why you getting your feelings and stuff? I was like, why I'm getting your feelings. We're gonna be going through the same cycle again, like we did, last year, let alone months ago, or whatever. And she was like, no, it's nothing like that, blah blah blah. Sure enough, that I know, here he go texting her. And I'm just like, so y'all been talking before the pep rally ended or something? Because I'm like, he over here texting you like y'all really already done had a conversation already. And talking about, oh, am I going to see you this weekend? But I'm like, you just asked me to come hang out with you this weekend. So what is really going on? And she was like, no, it's not like that. It's not like that. So basically, you guys, long story short, Shirley ended up just staying with Michael. They ended up getting back together. And she was stringing me along, but I had to cut that off because I was getting sick and tired of, being strung along and being treated any kind of way. So come senior year, honestly, me and Shirley, I wouldn't even say we was best friends anymore, but let alone anything at that point, because I was getting tired. I got fed up. I'm like, we about to graduate. I got other things to be worried about. School, scholarships, work at that. And you up here stringing me along. If you want to be with him, you can be with him. I'm not going to deal with it. And let alone, I'm not going to continue to be disrespected by him either. I really was not going to deal with that. So, basically, I cut our friendship off. I did. And honestly, I think that was the best thing I could have done to a certain extent. But yeah. So moving on from that. So that's loyalty with friendships. If you guys have a similar situation or I don't know, I guess interaction such as mine's, maybe not in high school, but just in general, send me a voice message and let me know. You might get a little feature with me. So now we want to move on to the tea that I'm just so excited to tell you guys because it's gonna be real. So this one is the loyalty with relationships, like straight relationship, not friendship relationship, just straight relationship. Because like I said, these hoes ain't loyal. They ain't loyal. They will chew you up and spit you out like you was just a chastity on the street. I'm just like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, excuse you. But anyways, okay, so let me backtrack because I'm getting ahead of myself and I'm just so like amped up. So, all right, so this little tidbit on loyalty is with relationships, like I said, and this person, we gonna call her, let's see, what can we name her? Cause baby, let's see, we gonna name her, I don't want to call her Michelle. Let me see, what could I name her? Because this chick right here I'm gonna tell y'all about, it's gonna be so real. What can I name her? All right, we gonna call her, what's a good whole name? We gonna call her Peaches. There we go. We gonna call her Peaches. All right, so me and Peaches was in a relationship. Okay. Me and Peaches, we met online. Don't judge me, judge yourself. Don't come for me. Anyways, me and Peaches met online or whatever, on a dating app. She approached me first or whatever, And at the time she was decent or whatever. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So we started talking a little bit on like the dating app before like we exchanged numbers or whatever. So once we like exchanged numbers and like Snapchats at the time, we got to know each other a little bit more. Like everything just seemed so just, oh my god, so peaches and cream. At this time I'm a sophomore in college, just not really doing much, but just going to class, stuff like that, hanging out with my friend and stuff. And then I'm started talking to Peaches or whatever. So as me and Peaches started to like build a little relationship and stuff like that, she was like, I want to see you and stuff. I was like, okay, cool. So for Christmas, like the year we met like before Christmas or whatever. And I was like, okay, we can arrange something or whatever. But I want to warn you that my mom is not like the people person type, so please don't mess this up, because you'll be the first girl I ever bring home, like for real bring home, especially from school. So Peaches didn't live near me. Like Peaches like stayed like 4 hours away from me, but like we was willing to just try it out, whatever. I never really like thought of like taking like long distance seriously. Like at that time I was just like, I talked to people here and there, especially after like Michelle. I mean, not Michelle, Shirley. I'm sorry, y'all. Shirley. So it was just like, whatever. It wasn't really nothing like that. But with Peaches, I don't know, at the time, I felt like it was something different. I was like, oh, okay, she more local, just 4 hours away kind of thing. So I was like, okay. So Christmas rolls around, and unexpected circumstances out of both of our control, we weren't able to physically meet up for Christmas. But what she did, she kind of sent all of my Christmas gifts like to my house. And when I went home for Christmas, we basically like FaceTime, and it felt like something. It was like, oh, okay, cool. So time goes on, and like she started acting weird. Like I took the time out with my friend, and we went down to where she was, and I visited her because like we really had wanted to see each other, and I go visit her. But prior to that, she came and surprised me for my birthday, and it was the best thing ever. No one had ever did that for me for my birthday, like literally surprised me for my birthday. I didn't really have plans, so I was like, I guess I'll just go home. And she was communicating with my mom, and they like made this like really cool birthday for me, whatever. But after that is when she started acting weird, like just a little bit. And I go to visit her, like I said, and I'm just like, we chilling, stuff like that. She still had to work, but not the whole time. And I was just like, you okay? Like, she wasn't really talking to me much. She was kind of standoffish, or didn't really communicate much. And I was like, are you okay? And she was like, yeah, I'm fine. Just got a lot on my mind, blah, blah, blah. I'm just like, oh, okay. And, so I just let it go. Then we go shopping. She spent all this money on me. I'm just like, okay, thank you. And I was like, you so sweet. So, but after we go shopping and stuff, she like starts to act a little bit aggressive towards me, and I'm just like, something not right. And come to think about it, it was just like, when I did go visit her, you guys, tell me how her boss or whatever was the one that like drove us around, and she had me like hang with him until like she got off work, because they were two different schedules but at the same place or whatever. And like when we were both around him, she acted so different. I shit y'all not, so different. But then like when it was the other way around and it was just me and her, she was like not the same. Not the same whatsoever. And I'm just like, am I missing something? Like, something not right. And when I would tell him about it, he would be like, oh, let me talk to her, because she always talking about you. She not going to treat you like that, blah, blah, blah. Like, he was most definitely defending me on my side, all this stuff. And I'm just like, okay, he means well, no harm, no foul, cool. I ain't think nothing of it, y'all. Nothing of it whatsoever. And then when he confronts her, oh, this bitch come at me sideways. Oh, what the fuck? Why you went to him? Why you told him what's going on? Blah, blah, blah. First of all, why are you so defensive over this dude? Ain't he just your manager and y'all just casually just go and get drinks with all the rest of the other coworkers after work? So what am I missing? Fill me in, like, give me the tea, basically. And she was like, it's nothing like that, blah, blah, blah. This was all at first, y'all. Me being me, I just gave her a benefit of the doubt. I was like, okay, it's nothing like that. I'm just overreacting, whatever. So I'm just like, okay. We go about our day or whatever. And when I leave, like, from visiting her, and I go back to school, she texts me on the most craziest stuff and acts so brand new, like constantly arguing with me about whatever. And I told her, I said, I'm not gonna deal with you yelling at me and talking to me any kind of way, especially with me not being face to face with you. That's not okay. So I call him again and I let him know, look, XYZ is going on. I don't know what her problem is. I don't know if something happened at work. I don't know. Like, can you talk to her? Can you figure out what's going on? Because I don't know. I ask her and she does not tell me anything. Nothing at all. And I'm concerned. I'm really concerned. So that happens and it was just like all hell broke loose. And then, so we talk about it, we hash it out. She calms down. It was really weird how she calmed down. She just switched like a fucking light switch. I'm just like, what the hell? So I was like, okay, yet again, me being clueless, not thinking nothing about it. I'm just like, okay, she fine. We're good. Nothing. We okay. Bitch, I thought, because when I go see her again, she talking about, oh, I want you and him. I said, what the fuck? Where the hell is this coming from? Please tell me, because I'm confused. I'm trying to understand, because what? Why? First of all, why? Second of all, why? And third of all, what the fuck? Like, what am I missing? And now at this point, I really want the tea, because you over here telling me one thing and acting one way, and then you turn around, you're telling him another thing and acting a totally different way, and he's over here telling me something completely different and acting a whole nother different way. So somebody needs to tell me what's going on, because it got to a point where her loyalty was basically lying more with him than with me, and he had fake loyalty towards me, like, oh, I'm gonna make sure she's good, blah blah blah. Yeah, you making sure she's good, alright, because you was fucking her. I'm just like, what the hell? And I shit y'all not, I saw no signs of it. None. Like, obvious ones, I did not see that. So I'm just like, okay, so when I'm not here visiting you, this is what you're doing in the meantime to get your day by, or whatever time by. I'm just like, wow. And this is why I say these hoes ain't loyal, because I'm just like, where the fuck do they do this shit at? Where do they do this at? because it makes no fucking sense. No sense whatsoever. But yet, I was the one in the wrong, y'all, because I said something or I wasn't going along with it. But I'm just like, first of all, bitch, I'm in a relationship with you, not you and him. My loyalty goes to you as my girlfriend, not him. The fuck? Disgusting. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So it got to a point where it was just always a constant back and forth, arguing, making up, arguing, da-da-da. It was, y'all, it was a headache. It was a whole fucking headache. So after a few months of that, and time periods where like we honestly didn't even talk because I was ignoring her ass because I was getting fed up. I was getting fed the fuck up. I wasn't gonna keep doing it. I wasn't. So it got to a point where I was just like, okay, I'm just gonna ignore you. You can talk by yourself. I used to just leave the phone on speaker and walk out my room because I was gonna let her talk about herself. I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm not. And first of all, I'm older than you, so I'm really not gonna argue with you. So, and I would hang up on her. She would hang up on me. It was petty. So petty. But all in all, at the end of the day, after other incidents transpired, this bitch gonna end up breaking up with me. I'm just like, after me trying to fix things with you, giving you the benefit of the doubt, even trying to just go along with this dumbass idea you had, and you break up with me. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm like, he better have you stigmatized for you to honestly have the audacity to break up with me like I did something to you. And I didn't. I really didn't. And sure enough, prior to that, I was planning to go and see her again to really talk things out because I was tired of talking over the phone. I really was. I'm not going to keep talking to you over the phone and we're not getting nowhere. So, and then you break up with me. I was like, damn, these hoes ain't loyal. Like, for real, ain't loyal. But, yeah, so that is my little spiel on loyalty. Like, if y'all have ever had any encounters of like any similar situation with loyalty, please send me the messages, send me the tea, because we gotta chop it up. We gotta talk about this because people need to learn that loyalty is something to not take for granted, because once you break that loyalty with somebody, you break a whole lot of aspects that go to being loyal. That really do. And that's not okay. But I take that lesson of loyalty with people very, very seriously now. And I don't take it for granted, especially the loyalty that I give to people. And yeah, it's interesting. But with that being said, we gonna get into another little snippet of a letter of expression and expressing how we feel if we was to see that person face to face and tell them what it is. Because me, I got some words I have to say, and if I could say them, this is what I would say. But y'all gonna have to wait till next episode to hear those words. So make sure you guys stay tuned till next time as we get into the extra tea. So until then, beautiful butterflies, I'll see you guys next time. Bye.